Well, hello there to my Aquarius. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your full moon in Sagittarius video. I know you all saw the video for the full moon in Ophiuchus, right? So yes, we want to make sure we are very detailed, very, very detailed. So right between that moon in Scorpio and the moon in Sagittarius, there was the moon in Ophiuchus. You do not want to miss it. Go back and watch that video because there's very specific questions for you in that video. You do not want to stay stuck in once you have an awakening, once you have a spiritual awakening, you do not want to stay stuck in that energy. You want to move beyond that. A moon in Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, what's on your horizon. You do not want to stay stuck in grief and mourning of what you have already flushed out, what you have already purged. You don't want to hold on to that energy, okay? So that is why I covered Ophiuchus. That was a bonus video for everyone. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the good stuff, all right? So a full moon in Sagittarius is all about truth. It's about wisdom, expansion, freedom, adventure, and higher purpose. This moon encourages you to break free from limitations, seek greater meaning, and align with your personal truth, right? So things around spiritual expansion and truth, around purpose, direction, and growth, around freedom, travel, and exploration, around courage, passion, and risk, all those wonderful things. So when you're trying to aim higher, you're trying to go higher, you don't need anything in the spirit realm or in the physical realm holding you back, right? So let's start out with an intention, and we're going to just dive right into some questions. But happy full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. I love what I see when I look in the mirror. That's right. We have this card over here too. I radiate love and light. So in both of these cards, you see love, right? You all are air signs, deals with the heart chakra. Burn your green candles. Got the green candle here, right? So yeah, burn your green candles, right? Your heart chakra. That's right. Okay, so let's get an angel number here. That's right. You don't want to skip over Ophiuchus because that is that kind of sort of that midpoint. That's like you giving yourself some time to kind of grieve over whatever you're purging, right? You don't want to skip over that. You want to slow down and give yourselves time to be in receiving mode, process, those emotions, right? Whatever it is you're releasing, it's like taking that one last look back. It's like saying, okay, you're leaving. If you're donating something, okay, taking one last look at this box of stuff that I'm donating. I'm releasing it. I've saged, washed, dry cleaned, whatever. I'm releasing this, but it's free and clear of any other energy. So then I pass it off to the next energy. If you're donating things, right? Decluttering, donating, you feel good about donating, free and clear. You're not passing off anyone else's energy onto something, right? Or if you're getting rid of something, whatever it is that was unhealthy and wounded within you, you've done what you needed to do, right? So I have some full moon rituals on TikTok. I also have some full moon rituals on YouTube Shorts. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Coming back, welcome back. Everyone's book for zodiac signs is up on Amazon. So thank you all for the continuous love and support. Also, the book entitled Gemstones and Crystals for all zodiac signs, also up on Amazon. You definitely want to know what the perfect gemstones and crystals are for your zodiac signs, particularly, especially during full moon. So good luck. 200 is your number. You make your own fortune in life. So you have been working hard in life, Aquarius. Sometimes it's necessary to expect good things to come out of that. Not just hard work, not just more hard work, but your angels want to send you that lucky break, big opportunity, or more, or a moment of respite, right? But you have to believe it's coming. Visualize what you want so badly, even if it's frightening to admit what it is. Sit and ponder what life will look like when you get it. So 200, right? So that's what Source is trying to help you to do, is like learn how to purge, make room, Don't go back and pick back up whatever it is that you purged that was unhealthy and wounded in your spirit. Okay. So yeah, that's why I covered Ophiuchus. That was a bonus video for everybody. So we were getting to this. And for those of you all who are on the Patreon side, the video is already up, right? So let's get into your reading. Let's get into your reading. But yeah, those are the areas that are being covered, for you all. Those are the areas that are being covered for you all. Purpose, direction, and growth, spiritual expansion, and truth. Because remember, Sagittarius is the I philosophize sign. Yeah, it's the I philosophize sign. So I'm talking to you wherever Aquarius is in your birth chart. Aquarius rules 11th house. So even for my cross watchers, right? Your sun sign does not have to be Aquarius. Let me make sure I'm crystal clear with this, because readers read cards. A lot of people, you hear readers say, take what resonates with you. Still, some people, will, not take what resonates with them, or like make something fit that maybe not fit, right? So take what resonates with you for sure. But the way that I read cards, yeah, in the traditional tarot way, I can pull a 3 cards, 5 cards, 6, whatever card spread, 12 card spread. But also, I'm also adding the houses in this too. I want you all to pull your birth chart, learn your houses. So these are the areas that I'm speaking to as I'm reading your cards, as it relates to this new moon, this full moon in Sagittarius. So I'm speaking to your 11th house, which is your friendships, your community, your goals, your hopes, your wishes, awareness, humanitarianism, technology, the future, right? The future, which is a millisecond after you watch this video, right? If you're measuring time. So source is saying, so good luck to you. You make your own fortune in life. You're trying to make room. You're purging out all of that, anything that's unhealthy and wounded that's been holding you back. That's why I said in the previous video, if you watched it, go out and get some sun. That's one way of cleansing all of that energy off of you all. Full moon is a time for protection, healing, guidance. It's a time for getting your readings, for scrying and any other forms of divination. It's a time for intuition, creating, and creativity. Workings associating with banishing and letting go. Once the moon reaches its peak of energy, it slowly begins to wane. Right. So yeah, that waning gibbous moon is an opportunity to release everything that inhibits your for your personal growth. This could be thoughts, people, or emotions, anything that doesn't support or align with your higher self and purpose. This release of lunar energy provides the energetic boost needed for spells and rituals and any other workings that require a decrease of energy. Aquarius, I'm trying to help you all. So things you can do is divination, harvest herbs at this time. They are easier to dry. Make moon water to drink. You can cleanse and charge crystals in the moonlight. You can make protective amulets. You can cleanse and charge tools under the moonlight, right? Yeah, those are just some of the things that you all can do. So let's get into it. So King of Cups. Somebody has kept their cool throughout this entire, this entire journey that you've been on leading up to this whole year. We started out with a wolf moon in Cancer in January. The beginning of this year, we had that wolf moon. You had a belief system about something, right? Dark wolf, light wolf energy, right? Who was running with what pack, right? And so the moon will bring out your emotions. A full moon brings out a full range of emotions. When you're fully illuminated about something, you know, um, you may not fully understand, you may have a belief, but you're waiting for more clarity. So some people react, some people go into prayer, go into a shell and go, okay, me just trying to piece some puzzles together, piece, something, together to try to figure out like what's going on, right? Continuing to radiate love and light, right? So, what truth, and this is around spiritual expansion and truth. So, what truth, was Aquarius being called to face or express right now, right? What truth were you being called to express or face? That someone was manipulating you. You were being manipulated by a master manipulator, right? So remember, this is genderless. This is genderless, right? Some energies are trying to make you all believe that you all were not a good parent at all. So I don't know if you all are parents or mentors. Some people are not parents. Some people are mentors, making you believe that you were not a good employee or just that you just weren't a good person, period, right? Um, So that's a spiritual expansion and a truth, right? That you were this dark wolf energy, that you were hiding all of these secrets. And let me just say this, Aquarius, that you all radiating love and light and loving what you see when you look in the mirror. People were projecting themselves onto you, trying to manipulate how you saw yourself when you looked in the mirror. That's what was in terms of spiritual expansion and truth, right? Which was a lie, right? So, but when people are trying to manipulate you and how you see yourself in the mirror, what is the distraction? Remember, the moon also exposes secrets, right? It also exposes some kind of secrets about something else. It's a distraction from something else because you can't see everything in the dark. Nobody knows 100% of anything about anybody because you're still discovering things. You're still discovering things about your ancestral line, what gifts and talents that you have inherited in the spiritual realm. Some people are just now learning that they may have, you know, you may just be learning that you have musicians in your family or people who were um, um, great at speaking in front of crowds of people or writers, or like you may be just discovering gifts and talents from loved ones that like all of a sudden it's like this burst of like gifts and talents that you had that you didn't even realize you had. And that's why source is saying when you are making room, when you are clearing out energy, when you are purging, that is the beauty of purging. That's the beauty of purging. You start all of a sudden, you're like, oh my gosh, you got all these gifts and talents. All of a sudden, people are like, well, they didn't know that you knew how to do this and didn't you knew how to do this. You're realizing that you inherited a lot of gifts. Somebody has inherited a lot of gifts that when you go into your shell, right, in that creative space, a light turns on for you, right? So somebody is just now waking up from some nightmares. Here's the Nine of Swords here. You're just now waking up from some nightmares. And again, this is the beauty of, this is what I said in your previous video. Please go back and watch it. Stop going over and over and over saying, talking about watching the same things. Like you got to keep a play by play of, okay, what's going on next? What's going on next with this person? What's going on next with that person? Keep talking about the same nightmares over and over and over again. It's like really putting a spell back on yourself. Keep reliving the same nightmares. You know, like in the scary movies where they want to um like what's the name of that movie? Like Boogeyman, or like what's it? Y'all know the anyway, the scary any scary movie when they want to invoke that spirit, they keep talking about that thing, whatever it is, you know, and whatever, you just keep talking about the same thing over and over and over again. So source is saying, wake up from your own nightmare, right? Journal it. That's another way of releasing it, tossing something into a burning bowl, getting outside, you know, during the day, and outside during the day. So how can Aquarius expand their spiritual understanding or practice, right? How can you expand it? Again, see this person right here? Water, right? So something may have been drawing you near water, and this to cleanse, doing a spiritual cleanse. Somebody may love being near water for your spiritual cleanse, right? What is source? What is Aquarius' soul longing to explore or learn next, right? So somebody's soul is learning to explore next, like what other creative gifts. And this is the exciting part about like keeping your home clean, like keeping your space clean. This is about like decluttering your mind, decluttering your space, because you start to discover, okay, in the physical, you're in your spiritual and your physical space, somebody can think clearly without a bunch of clutter. So energies were intentionally trying to cause you some kind of distractions, right? Because here you are thriving. You are waking up from nightmares, right? And behind closed doors. See, usually the 10 of swords here is usually a person lying down with 10 swords in their back, right? So people were talking about you behind your back, right? Intentionally trying to cause you nightmares, right? But see, you're so down to earth and relatable. Looking at your cards here, energies were doing that intentionally, trying to pick you apart, trying to attack your sixth house, which is your health, your work habits, your daily routines, your fitness, your pets, your service to others, your diet, your spiritual practices. I mean, literally trying to pick you apart like a vulture, like really just trying to literally pick you apart. But guess what? A light turned on for you. A light turned on for you once you remember you're an air sign, your star card. So stars shine bright at night in dark spaces. You're an air sign, right? And you're a water bearer. Somebody need to get outside in the fresh air near water, right? So that's grounding. Sunlight is fire, air, obviously, and then water, right? So you can declutter. You can really start waking up from some past nightmares, whatever that could have been in your personal or your professional life. So only you know what that means for you, right? So in terms of purpose, direction, and growth, what is Aquarius's next step on their path to fulfilling their higher purpose source? What is Aquarius's next step on the path to fulfilling their highest purpose? Yeah. Any energies that come into your life and they don't even know you and trying to manipulate you. Yeah. So you have a lot of money coming across your path. A lot of money. So what that looks like is whatever, like I said, fortune. Some kind of great fortune trying to come in, Aquarius. And this is because you know your worth and you know your value. So somebody is on a frequency ready to receive. And that's why sources like make room for, you may not have prayed for more money because somebody could have been an overgiver, making sure everybody else had what they needed, which was part of the manipulation tactic, part of a manipulation tactic. Um, But once somebody started to declutter, and what that look like, Aquarius, is what it looks like in real time for somebody is like when you go to the store, sometimes you would go and buy like extra, meaning like you may go buy in bulk. Even if you live by yourselves, whoever you are, you may go buy in bulk because it's always with intention with for someone else. So let's say, even if you live by yourself, you may go to, I won't name any stores because this is the World Wide Web. So you could be in a different country and don't even have certain stores. But you may go buy in excess of like paper towels or toiletries, right? And have them just kind of around just in case people needed them, right? So you always had extra for people, right? So that's money that you're spending, all of these extras. So to others it could look like it was an excess of something, but it was always something extra because, again, if you're an overgiver, like I said, but other people who don't know you talking about you behind your back, people were benefiting, right? Some people say, oh, this person is thriving. They always have something extra to give. So that was part of the nightmares, what was coming through the air. You're an air sign, so it's coming through the air. People knew that you were down to earth, that you were relatable, all of that stuff. Obviously, you needed the resource of money to buy those extra things when people needed those extra things, whoever you are. So people were just looking for any kind of reason, especially if if you were waking up. That 9 means you ended something, right? You ended something so that you could thrive. So as soon as you cut off some kind of a supply, all of a sudden you were a nightmare. But remember, there's two sides of a sword, right? So anybody coming in, Aquarius, nitpicking and wanting to see what's in your home and, being able to, oh, I know you have these kind of shoes, this kind of this kind of that, you have this and that. Obviously, somebody would have had to send someone in, take pictures, record all of this other stuff to see, whatever. But once you started to get out, somebody started to see, yeah, here we have the devil card. So somebody was sent, Capricorn was sent in, or someone's 10th house. So 10th house speaks to career, life goals, achievement, public image, uh, father energy, masculine energy, social status, fame. Doesn't have to necessarily be someone's father, right? It could be divine masculine energy or masculine energy, right? Doesn't have to be divine masculine, but masculine energy. Um, but some kind of, so masculine energy is directed outward, so some kind of action was taken to send someone in to find out, what was going on behind closed doors, right? So what you notice here in the cards, you got water, you got air, you got earth, but what you don't see is fire. We know that the devil, who's in hell, right, that's fire, right? So the devil is always in the details, right? So that's what the fire would be. So somebody needed someone to kind of come in between. Fire is the solar plexus chakra, basic need. Solar plexus chakra is significance. So the enemy needed to feel significant. Whoever the enemy was needed to feel significant, right? In some way, shape, form, or fashion, right? And to separate. See these two wands here? To separate you and someone. So to separate, right here, here's this bust right here. This is local and this is international. So you have a window of opportunity coming across your path. The window doesn't even fit on this particular card, right? So we're waiting for some kind of, results on something. But here we have the Two of Wands here. So here is the fire right here, right? Here's the fire. So maybe when you were on travel, if you travel, right? So some kind of results are coming back to see if, I feel like you're traveling or going to be traveling, but again, continue to radiate love and light. But again, anybody, you notice that the fire did not come out, so this doesn't come out in order, right? So something was out of divine order to begin with, right? So it starts out with water, which is not first. Root chakra is first. Root is first. So something was at the root of something, right? Something was at the root. Like I said, the devil is in the details, right? So something was at the root of something. Some kind of manipulation was at the root of something to begin with, right? So something about fear was at the root. So the devil is the author of confusion. So somebody may have been confused about something, right? So someone may have been confused about maybe you traveling or going somewhere, and some kind of lie was being told about you behind your back. So again, like I said, continue radiating love and light. Continue loving what you see in the mirror. So someone took an opportunity to manipulate, um, took an opportunity to add to a nightmare. But behind closed doors, I'm seeing you thrive. I'm seeing you continuing to thrive behind closed doors. And that's why I always talk about, that's why I put up the Ophiuchus video, because again, that is, once the scales are removed from your eyes, you want to, and you're illuminated, you've gone through some kind of spiritual awakening or Kundalini experience, whether it was something immediate or you slowly started to awaken to a truth about something, about the gifts and talents that you have, that you inherited. So it's just like, that's where you want to ascend higher. It can literally be like you just took off, like your gifts just took off. Like you just remember you had this gift, this gift, like all the sacrifices that your ancestors made, right? Somebody could have inherited a gift from their father, that could have been passed down, from somebody's father. You could have inherited gifts from your mother side of the family, both sides of the family, both sides of the family. But whatever your gifts are, they are inherited, right? You carry a lot on your back in terms of gifts, right here on your back and your stomach, right? So when the moon moves through Capricorn, the parts of the body that it affects, right? The parts of the body that it affects right here, is your backbone, your joints, your knees, your skin, your hair, right? So somebody carries a lot of gifts inside of them, and you carry them on your back. So in the physical realm, you may have carried, this is what I'm talking about. You may have carried a lot of energies on your back in the physical realm, but you also carry a lot of gifts inside of you in the spiritual realm. You've inherited a lot. So once you stop and you wake up from the nightmare, people maybe possibly have talked about you behind your back. Oh, they don't keep a clean house. They don't keep a this and that, because you may have had, like boxes of things that you may have purchased in bulk for other people, just in case this one needs something, or this one needs something, or this one needs something, or they need extra this, or whatever the case may be. So it's to say, once somebody started to learn how to declutter and realize, okay, energies were manipulating something. Once you stop some things for them, whoever they are, I don't know who I'm talking about here, and take whatever resonates with you. We're talking about 11th house here. It doesn't matter what your zodiac sign is. You can be in Aries all the way down to Pisces. It does not matter what your zodiac sign is. I'm talking about your 11th house, right? Find out what your sign is in the 11th house, right? I'm speaking to all parts of you, the Aquarius in you, right? The Aquarius in you, which speaks to your friendships, because this is what energies were attacking: your friendships, your community, your goals, your hopes, your awareness, your humanitarianism, your technology, your future. These energies were attacking all of that, demonizing all of that, right? This moon exposes secrets. So energies were, whether, like I said, and we know that the devil is a liar. So energies were just creating stuff while you were using your time to create, right? From the gifts and talents that you inherited, all these gifts and talents that you carry inside of you, that you inherited. That's the secret gifts and talents that you inherited inside of you, right? Energies were using their um, time in the moon to use darkness for darkness. So whoever they are, and experiencing a tower moment now. So tower is um, a total recall, right? Just like the movie Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? So something happened during a solar return. That's 29.5 every 29 and a half years. So if you have a child or somebody that you know that's 29 and a half years old, or 29 years old, 29 years old and 6 months, whatever. Um, Look up Saturn return. Something happened during Saturn return, to you and to them, right? So source is saying, but a tower is happening right now. So a total recall for you and for them, has happened, right? But somebody is now, like I said before, um, in terms of purpose, direction. And this lets me know that someone is also a prayer warrior. That somebody is also remembering that no matter how far away you are from energies, prayers reach all around the world. This card right here, this Capricorn, and your sign are ruled by Saturn, right? Saturn return happens every 29 and a half years, right? But you carry a lot of gifts inside of you, right? So you'll feel like your back, when you feel like, you're carrying this like water in your back. Not that you actually carry water in your back, like this heaviness in your back. Like sometimes you may carry like you're carrying the weight of the world in your, like this card right here, right? So somebody is carrying ancestral gifts, in you, ancestral gifts in you, right? And this is being carried across bodies of water. This is why we see the fish here. You carry across bodies of water, right? So your prayers travel. Your prayers travel. You're divinely protected, but some energies were just obsessed with your, with trading lives with you. Here's the Eight of Swords here, right? And so I'm seeing somebody staying focused. And so remember, time is relative, right? So no matter what people are saying about you behind your back, and this is what you hear me say in readings. If you're new to my channel, like I said, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. This is what you hear me say in readings. Not everybody talking about you behind your back is a negative. If you're new to tarot, you'll hear like Seven of Swords, um, where you know sometimes you'll see it, depending on whoever the illustrator of the cards, someone kneeling down. You kind of sort of like at night with a, you know, something, a weapon or something in their hand, but under a full moon, or whatever. Um, or like a character assassination, whatever, like people assassinating your character. Again, take what resonates with you. But you also have to know that you're covered and protected by your ancestors because you're carrying something so valuable, you know, inside of you and around you. And this is prayers. You're praying for, you're not only praying for, if you have kids yourself, you may or may not have kids, but you're praying for people all around the world. This is like you're praying for other people's inner child and their children all around the world because of the gifts that you have here. So someone is, has this, um, like I said, this, these spiritual gifts. Yeah. Yeah. So somebody, you know, we hear, yeah, just mother of the seas all around the world here. And that's a secret gift. And that people realize that people were trying to demonize, you know, within you, Aquarius. In the physical realm, whoever I'm talking to here, and I'm saying specifically Aquarius, wherever it is in your birth chart, really trying to attack your 11th house, really trying to attack that part of you, right? But something in you, Source had to clear something up. Source had to clear something up. That's why it was such an obsession. You know, Source had to clear something up. So something has been fulfilled. Source has already cleared something up. You created very firm boundaries and allow your prayers to reach where it needed to reach through your prayers. While you were trying to mend a broken heart, deep disappointment. Some of you all have gone through surgery, lots of things with Three of Swords here, right? Three of Swords here, right? So 8 and 3 is 11, minus 1 was 10. So you and someone were essentially going through the same things, and one in the spiritual realm, one in the physical realm, nightmares. But you were receiving downloads, or they were may have gone through things in the physical realm. That's how you were able to pray and send out messages in the physical realm. So this would be equivalent to you having a nightmare about a loved one or loved ones, right? And praying for them, praying on their behalf. Um, this may be something that you may have remembered. Maybe you remembered a grandmother having a Bible open, just lying out on her bed with names in the Bible, in particular scriptures, right? Or she had plants around the house, tending to plants, like really just meticulously tending to things because she's getting downloads. Things start coming back to your memory, right? Or loved ones playing music, musicians, because it's calming, you know, like I said, the vibration of sound, helping you to tune your ear, you know, so you can hear what people are saying, but you're also hearing what they're not saying. You understand what I'm saying, Aquarius? You carry a lot within you, but somebody had to learn that heart chakra is a gateway between the physical and the spiritual realm. This is what you carry with you. So somebody coming into your life at solar plexus, which is developed between the ages of 15 through 21 years old, seeing themselves as your competition. Like, this is somebody may have met somebody when they were in their younger years, or somebody may have treated you like if you were their competition, and there no one has any competition. No one has any competition. And that's the confidence that you have and what you carry inside of you. And that's the confidence that you share with other people, that's the confidence that they should have inside of them. So you can get some rest. You can get some rest and wake up from a nightmare, because you make your own fortune. You radiate love and light. You love what you see when you look in the mirror. You carry those that energy inside of you. You can continue transitioning through life, continue moving on, right? You have a lot of ideas, right? Somebody is continuing to expand. Emotionally, you have hit the jackpot. Spiritually, you have hit the jackpot. I'm telling y'all, in terms of your spiritual gifts, you have hit the jackpot. You don't have to worry about carrying people in the physical realm on your back. Not the energies that talked about you behind your back. Not You don't have to worry about carrying those energies, because those energies, I'm seeing it in the spiritual realm. Some of y'all have gone to these stores where you buy things in bulk, have paid for what do they call, like, paid for the cards to get like people's names on, like if they wanted to go get, I think you can get up to like 5 family members, 2, 3, 5 family members or whatever, so they can have extra cards, so they can get into some of these places, so they can get things. Here we have in hermit, when you're in hermit mode, you've done these things already, extended yourselves financially so that people can have things. So yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for you all. So like I said, mother of the seas, your spirit, your prayers travel across bodies of water. And so when people start talking, Aquarius, and start hearing all the stuff, like when people telling themselves, they'll say, oh yeah, they did this, they did that. Well, why did they have an extra car? Oh well, yeah, they let me use their car. Or why did they have an extra so and so? Well, well, why did they? Oh well, and people just started. Like I said, somebody just has a really, really big heart. Somebody has a really, really big heart. And so here we have courage in the area of courage, passion, and risk. Where does Aquarius need to take bold risks for personal growth? And this, like I said, you just need to know when to move on. You just need to know when to move on, when to get outside and get some fresh air. So again, this is where you're taking the bold risk. When that moon is in Ophiuchus, and you don't have to wait until it's Ophiuchus, download a free moon app. Find out when the moon is moving through these zodiac signs, because it affects from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, Aquarius. And listen to your body. Listen to the physical, your body. Document your dreams. You don't have to talk about everything you've gone through, because you're not trying to put a spell. Words are spells. You don't have to keep putting a spell on yourself. Write these things down. Toss some things into a burning bowl. When people are trying to bring stuff up, some of the stuff that you don't even know what they're talking about, because they heard lies from other people. Hey, you whatever. Source is saying, look, you love what you see when you look in the mirror. Source is saying somebody is expanding, you're taking a leap of faith. There's some things that you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, Aquarius, but some things that somebody's doing. I'm just reading the cards here. Whatever it is you're doing, emotionally, somebody hit the jackpot. Somebody's amongst incubi and succubi. I don't know who that is. It's time to expand your brand. Okay. You got to make room. You're pulling something up at the root. So, whoever root could be, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Somebody could be, and that would be anywhere from first house, could be second house. Second house is about personal resources, money habits, possessions, values, financial security, self-worth, and also income. So that's what's about to change in terms of your creativity. All that's about to change. That's why somebody's gonna feel like they hit the jackpot, because you are talking about expansion in terms of like creativity. And so at the root, some seeds were planted from very beginning. And that's why source is saying, go ahead and expand your brand. While other people, whoever, you're not judging anybody. Remember, the judgment card is also retrograde. This is also what's kind of hidden in here too in the tower card. That's why somebody's having a total recall. It's like, wait a minute, you're having all these downloads. The healer and protector of travelers is with you. So somebody could be traveling. I don't know if you belong to like a travel group or something, but somebody has not been completely honest with you about something. I don't know who that is. Archangel Michael, the dispenser of justice, is with you. You know, that could be the Department of Justice. I don't know, whoever justice, but Archangel Michael, y'all know who Archangel Michael is. So get focused, get laser focused. Somebody has a lot of gifts. I'm talking about the mother of seeds. This is someone's inheritance, a chosen one. That's what I'm seeing here in your cards, right? Everyone is chosen for a particular purpose here on planet Earth. So ask source for clarity. I am not your source, meaning I'm not your God, right? This is a resource. Take what resonates with you, but there are signs all around you. Close out the cycle in love, move in silence and move in peace. Your well of joy is within you. Your well of joy is within you. But open your vault door. Yeah, open your vault door. In terms of creativity, someone is like, you are so tapped in, whoever you are, it's really not even funny. Like in terms of your, in with the gifts that you inherited, it's almost like your ancestors is like, for somebody, whoever I'm talking to, your ancestors like, okay, well, that one don't want to use the gifts. Hey, they don't want to use it. We'll give it to this one over here. Whoever, whatever your zodiac sign is, whoever's tuned in when you watching this video, whoever you are watching this video, it's like your ancestors, okay, they don't want to use it. They want to use this. They want to be on demon time. This one over here, okay, hey, this is give it to them. Not only are they gonna use it, they gonna give us credit for it on the other side. Like that's basically saying, let's say your father was one who had excellent writing skills, but wasn't able to wasn't able to finish writing while they were still alive. That's who you're gonna give credit to. Let's say your uncle was hilarious, right? But never made it to like on stage or whatever. And you're a person who, you know, just have that kind of sort of like that comedic whatever, right? That's who you giving credit to. When we're talking about traveling light, right? So you're not just traveling in the physical sense, you're taking all of them with you. Let's say your grandmother was one who, like, let's say your paternal grandmother was one who had the Bible open, who with people's names on it, praying for all the kids when they out ripping and running in the street, acting wild, right? That's who you giving credit to. What every time you, let's say, you know, you had grandparents that always had plants around the house. That's who you giving credit to. That's not stuff that if somebody can come in and copy. That's not stuff that somebody can come in and copy. They can be a copycat all day long. That is not stuff people can come in and copy. They can't steal your memories. They can't steal that. Let's say your mother, let me see what else. So yeah, let's say your mother, with all her gifts and talents, was the one that kind of put a flame up under you or fire up under you to do some things, and that's who you're giving credit to in the spiritual and the physical realm. Oh yeah, I was inspired to do this because of such and such. This is things that you may have said to these energies in private, but sources saying, no, I'm taking something global for you. You went from international to global. People don't give you a chance. Like I said, all this stuff that you've been carrying on your back, that you've been trying to get people, like I said, people don't give people a chance to get stuff out there. Your ancestors knew exactly, okay, here, give it to this one, give it to this one, give it to this one, give it to this one. So you can put a manhole cover over the past. Put a manhole cover over the past and get into what you was doing. Because like I said, you're making your own fortune in life. Somebody's making their own fortune in life. And that's what I'm saying for you. You carry a lot on in the physical and in the spiritual realm. So this is where good fortune, good luck, good fortune is here. So you're somebody in terms of courage, passion, and risk. How can Aquarius ignite more enthusiasm on your current journey? I don't know how you can ignite more enthusiasm on your current journey. I mean, like, can you be more enthusiastic? No, you giving everybody credit for the role that they played in your journey. You don't even need to overthink this because it's so deeply ingrained in every fiber of who you are. Just every fiber of who you are. When people, eh, you can't be copied. Just like they can't, whoever they are, they can't be copied. It's what you do in your, like I said, it's what you do. Yeah. What somebody's doing in secret. Somebody using their secrets to do demon time. Somebody doing secrets to be thanking source. What's done in the dark comes into light. Whatever you've been doing in the dark is coming to light. So be still and know that source is source. You're not trying to be perfect. Open your vault door, Aquarius. There's energies out here. Like I said, there's energies out here. Somebody is. I'm talking about like energies will continue to try to pull you down into some mess, Aquarius. But keep radiating love and light. I'm telling y'all, keep radiating love and light. I'm telling y'all, every single person, no matter what their intention is to try to hurt you, source sent them across your path for a reason, and they are making some kind of an impact. When you start seeing source in people, even y'all, somebody is getting what I'm saying. You have to be on a particular frequency. This is the Six of Coins. Money is coming across your path. Even because I read everybody's comments. Even that manager that you may have thought was the worst manager you ever had in your life, right? They somehow inspired something good. Some kind of good came out of something, right? But you have to be on a frequency. Like you have to go back and ask source, like, what was the purpose of all of that? What was the purpose? Like, why? Why then? Why would, So yeah, so a light for you came on in hermit mode. So yeah, you can close out a cycle. Somebody went through you had a spiritual awakening. Yeah. So the devil is always in the details. Here's the Seven of Cups here. The just like it will be for them, just like it'll be for them. Something is closed out. Something just like it'll be for whomever. I don't know whomever who is who, but you know what I'm saying. Like whoever is who. Close out cycles in love. Yeah. So this is how somebody's money is growing. This is how somebody's money is growing. But yeah, continue radiating love and light. And I think that's it. That's it. But again, happy full moon and happy full strawberry moon in Sagittarius. Like I said, wherever Aquarius is in your birth chart, I am talking to you. Get to know your birth chart. People cannot copy you. They can't copy those stories. I don't care how many copycats out here. Somebody can look exactly like you. Somebody can go in a lab and create a robot of you, like a builder Aquarius. You know how they had to build a bear stores? Build an Aquarius that looks just like you. They can't copy you for real. They can't. Just like you can't copy them, whoever they are. Let's close it out. Any last messages, source? But this is your reading, Aquarius. This is your reading. Energetic clearing. During crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. There it is. What is this? Okay, there we go. So yeah, be still. Get your rest. Get your rest. Go out and get some fresh air. Go out and get some fresh air. Like I said, continue purging. If you got stuff you need to donate, make sure you continue cleansing. But Source gave you all a platform. You all are Aquarius for a reason. And I'm talking about being tuned with your 11th house. That speaks to your future. And that's exactly what energies were trying to attack. They were trying to make sure to stop something from your future. But again, and don't forget, Pluto is in your sign until 2043. So that's causing the emotional roller coaster for everybody that people keep forgetting. But I'm going to keep reminding people on my channel, like until 2043, March 8th, I believe to be exact. But open your vault door. Open your vault door. Your well of joy is within you. You so somebody is so tapped in. It's like you just gushing like creativity is just like coming out of somebody's eyes from both sides of your family. That's what somebody is so tapped in. Is like you're this is a rebirth for you. So yeah, two energies. Somebody has angels are helping you to have helped you to close some things out. So they're on your path too. Source knows exactly who to send across your path while you're in hermit mode. And so they are a part of the story as well. So that's what seeing for you. Um, so that's what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Bye.